Hi Mum, you do everything for everyone else. Let me help you make your life easier. Quick, short information to make you empowered and remind you why you are so important. Because if you don't know what's on the menu, how can you choose what's right for you? Hi, I'm Elena, Director of my private practice Supportive Therapy, an everyday Aussie mum trying not to lose my biscuits and my kids. As a mental health professional, I'm here to share my secrets so no other mother feels alone or powerless. Knowledge is power, and I want you to be powerful. Think of it like I'm your mindset coach through all of this. Everything is backed by science and psychology. I believe in you, and I want you to be the best version of yourself. To be happy and to feel in control, you need to be mentally strong. Hello everyone, my name is Elena and this is my podcast, Mentally Strong Mums. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm very grateful to have you, and I feel like this will be actually a really lovely episode for a lot of people who are busy in their lives. So I do EMDR. EMDR is eye movement desensitization and reprocessing. And it's this amazing therapy we do, fabulous for all kinds of trauma, but it's the most efficient way for people to resolve their own things that they carry within their body. And sometimes it can also look like things that we want to resolve within our own lives. So EMDR is one of the most amazing techniques, especially for war veterans, because I don't know if you've ever been to therapy before, but understanding that talk therapy, just counselling, doesn't always work. And when we keep on talking about our problems, I get frustrated because there's no resolution at all. And then what's the point in keep talking about it, because it's just like this worn out, awful thing. So when we do different modalities such as EMDR or even somatic therapy, it actually helps you connect with your body in a whole completely new way. And the way that EMDR works is in reprocessing the negative memories and how we've interpreted or perceived our world as a traumatic event, which could be a traumatic event, is a traumatic event. I'm not minimizing anything, but then helping you reprocess it in your mind as a survivor, empowerment, positive event that no longer hurts you, and you have zero distress when you think about certain things. And because when we are working with someone and doing potentially difficult, distressing memories in EMDR, I need to make sure that every single one of my clients is safe and protected emotionally, so that after a session, every single time, no one is left vulnerable or worse off than they came. Every single client that I ever have has to leave happy and content and peaceful in a way. So one of the most amazing, profound techniques that I really love and I really enjoy is called light stream technique. You can Google it if you like, because there's many different varieties of this. And a little variety, if you ever watched the TV show Bluey, Mums, was a little kind of technique and version of this. So depending if you're listening to this while you're driving, maybe not completely participate because it can be dangerous, obviously, while operating a vehicle. So if you are going to do it, preferably not do it behind the wheel. You can listen to it and understand the concepts of it. But if this is the first time you've ever heard of light stream technique, it could be really amazing to pause or even come back to it and do it the first time when you're relaxed in your home. And a light stream is essentially what that is. We think in pictures, okay? Unless you have aphantasia. And aphantasia is, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, aphantasia is a condition of the mind or brain where you can't think in pictures. It's literally impossible. And you say, think of an apple. And we think, oh, apple, red, round, shiny. But if you have aphantasia, you can't think of, you just think of the word or a feeling or sensation. So light stream technique is essentially that, imagining, picturing a light that is streaming from above you and then coming down into your body. So that's essentially what's happening. And so I'm giving you a certain guide of what to look for, what to feel, and what to notice. And once you get the hang of it, you can do it yourself. And then even when you see your kids are upset or frustrated or anxious or overreacting in some way, and remember, overreacting is a trauma response, so we never judge anyone that overreacts. And we're able to be there then when we have this light stream technique down pat, we can do it then to our loved ones to get them learning these techniques. And this is how we are essentially creating a village, right? So just say you've had an argument with someone, or it's been difficult at work, or I feel like I'm always behind in everything and I can never catch up. And it's just, you know that feeling, right? So the first part of the light stream technique is to be mindful of what you are experiencing and feeling in that moment. So ask yourself, what emotions am I feeling right now? And where do I feel them in my body? Okay, so just say if I was interviewing myself, because I'm the only person that's here, I would be then saying, well, I feel really frustrated because I have little boys and they have so many after school stuff, and then I can't fit their homework in, and I get upset because it's this day today and I'm already behind in my task and I can't do anything, and I feel like I haven't got a clean set of towels. I haven't had a clean towel for ages, but it's raining again. Do you know that little stuff that starts to bubble up? So what am I experiencing at the moment? I'm experiencing overwhelm. Well, the first would be anxiety, the second would be overwhelm, and then potentially the third would be a feeling of helplessness. And then maybe after that, it would be a feeling of out of control, and then powerlessness, and then after that, if you're going to be emotionally intelligent, a feeling of being shameful. I feel shameful. I feel like I'm not good enough, or I should be doing better, and I'm shaming myself for that. So ask myself, where do I feel it in my body? And if I really concentrate on these emotions and these sensations and labeling it, I feel it in my chest, actually, and in my stomach, which is funny because it's just this kind of feeling, and it's uncomfortable, and it's a bit of a panic. It's a bit of a panic, to be honest, right? So then we will concentrate on that sensation, concentrate on where it is, and actually it's not in my chest, it's in my stomach. So then if you can participate with me, then when you can concentrate on that, if it had a shape, what shape would it be? My shape is like a weird blob, like with all these little SpongeBob fingers, right? If it had a size, what size would it be? And I think the size almost would look kind of rectangular. And if it had a colour, what colour would it be? The colour kind of looks a bit grey. Oh, and sketchy, like one of those old TVs, that's grainy. If it had a temperature, what temperature would it be? Kind of hot, right? If it had a texture, what texture would it be? It almost feels like it had a texture of a sponge, like that weird, it's not really hard, but it's not soft, but it's still something, right? So this is the second step. First step is identifying it. The second step is actually concentrating on it as if it's an object, okay? And now that we have this little object, this is a physical representation of the emotional response we are having. So now, essentially, you would close your eyes, concentrate on that uncomfortable sensation that you're feeling at the moment. And I want you to imagine this beautiful healing light coming down from above and moving from the top of your head and directioning itself at the sensation in your body. So this beautiful light stream, this light, I want you to picture what color the light is. What's the density of the light? How wide is the light? And when this light starts to come down, picture this healing light as your favorite color, okay? But you have to make sure that it's a different color from the sensation that you've experienced. Okay? And then I also would like you to decide whether this light is warm or cool. Okay? So I want you to then allow this healing light to come down through your body and vibrate and resonate in and around the object. And notice now, when you can see this light streaming into your body, going towards the object, vibrating and resonating, what's happening to the object? What are you noticing within yourself? This beautiful healing light of your favorite color is coming down. Keep on going, keep on pushing it down, keep on pushing it through. So you can sometimes imagine the object starting to get pushed down and through with it. Some people imagine this vibration actually blowing it up, and so then this object starts to disintegrate and evaporate in some way. Some people can almost picture it as if it's pushed it out in a different direction. Some people almost visualize it that when the healing light's coming down, when it touches it, it melts away so it doesn't exist. And I've even had someone, when they do it, when the light comes down, it's almost like an invisible cloak. So this invisible cloak comes down and makes it invisible, so it completely disappears and it no longer exists. And the thing about this technique is that it's unique for everyone. So it might work for you one way, but it could work for someone else a different way. And that's understanding all of our beautiful individual differences, right? So when you notice that the object is gone, or it feels like it's contained in some way, allow yourself to let the energy from the light flow into your body. Allow it to reach the tips of your fingers and then the tips of your toes. Allow yourself to be engulfed and overwhelmed by this energy. Anywhere that there's darkness, imagine this beautiful light coming through. And as this beautiful light shines through, feel the temperature, feel the calm, feel the peace. Everything's going to be okay. Everything's going to be okay. Feel it through your body, this beautiful light and the calm and the peace. I want you to now count to 3. Wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers. Take a beautiful inhale as if you're smelling a magnificent flower, and then I want you to have a great exhale and let everything go that you don't need. So that is a really easy, simple little exercise when you are feeling overwhelmed or anxious, to remember this, to do it. Or if you see your kids overwhelmed and anxious, to remember them to do it. This is also, for me, a very interesting experiment, because if I'm trying to get someone into a relaxed state, but their body and mind won't let them, then that means you're constantly dysregulated in your flight and fight, or even further in your freeze or fawn. So if I'm unable to meditate or be present in the moment or be calm, there's been things that have happened in your life or recently or mindset that does not make me feel safe to actually stop. Because in terms of my mind, when I stop, it's a danger somehow, or I've perceived it as a danger, or I've perceived it as wrong, and now your #trauma response, my body and my nervous system does not feel safe to be calm, be present, be relaxed, and to sit and do nothing. And it would be very interesting to see how many people, I almost would love to do like an experiment or a poll somewhere, right? I might actually do that on my Instagram page. I'll start a poll to see that if you feel like it's physically impossible for you to do this exercise within yourself because your body and your brain are not allowing you to do it because they think for some reason, I can't do it. It's not safe. I'm just distracted. Hang on. I'll just think of, wait, I've got all these tasks. No, I've just got to go eat. Geez, what's the time? I think it's lunch. Is it time? Do you know what I mean? Doing all of these techniques is really interesting to practice within yourself. But it's also very, very important to be aware about biology, neuroscience, psychology, and your nervous system. Because if I've been desperately trying to do all of these things and my body won't let me, it means that you're in a state where it's not safe to actually be regulated and to relax. So that's something that we need to work on in the future as well, which is very important. So I hope you enjoyed this little quickie. It's a beautiful exercise. If it was overwhelming, please go back and listen again. If it was helpful, please let me know. And then potentially in the future, I might even do another relaxation exercise that is complementary to this one. And then at least in our toolbox, we have a whole lot of things that we can start practicing. And if I can't practice and if my body and brain won't allow me to, it's actually a significant indicator as to what else is happening within your body. Okay? And so this is also helps me realize that I don't have to blame myself, that it's not my fault, that this isn't a choice. Your brain is making this decision. It's overriding your conscious thought. So, yeah. And then practice on your kids. Isn't that what kids are for? They're little guinea pigs. Like to practice things on, to see what works. All right. Well, thank you so much for everything and for being really patient with me and doing this little exercise. Please let me know. Also, I want to see if I can put up a poll on my Instagram page. And just out of curiosity, the percentage-wise of people that can actually be present and relax compared to the other group of mums that brains are like, I ain't got time for that, honey. All right. Just a little FYI. There is a man that I enjoy greatly. I have nicknamed him the godfather of trauma. His name is Dr. Bessel van der Kolk, right? Dr. Bessel van der Kolk. And I went to one of his conferences and obviously I'm obsessed. He had this theory, obviously through all of his work over the decades, that one of the most amazing and efficient ways to clear your own trauma is by yoga. And the rationale or reasoning behind that is because, especially this is a good indicator in this session, that if I can't be present or be conscious and patient and quiet in my own body, it is evidence that things have happened in my life, either to me or around me or how I've perceived things, that it's not actually safe to be in my body anymore. I don't trust myself. I don't want it. I don't like it. It makes me uncomfortable. And sometimes I'll even go to the extreme of dissociating. If you don't know what dissociating is essentially me being in the room, but it's like my brain's kind of floating above me. Like that's like a weird out of body experience. I'm there, but not really there. And that's another indicator of dissociation where it's unsafe or uncomfortable to be present in my body. So his theory is that when we do yoga, if you can't do yoga, you don't do it for exercise, you do it as a trauma healer. When you do yoga, if you can try to get back into your body and to do it the whole kit and caboodle, it'll make you then start to trust yourself and relax yourself and realize that everything is okay, that I am safe, that it's not a danger to stop, and learning to listen and love yourself again in an authentic way. But yeah, that was just a little nugget at the end. Have a fabulous day. I love you, beautiful mum, and I'll speak with you soon. Hopefully. Bye. If you're hearing this message, you've listened to the entire podcast, and for that, I would like to thank you for your support. So you can find me on Instagram or Facebook at supportivetherapy_, and then you can find heaps of free resources online at www.supportivetherapy.com.au. So if today you did find my information useful, please leave a review and subscribe. By leaving a review, it's a value exchange. It's good karma. So I value your support just as much as you value my free information. And if you liked it, other mums can like it as well, hopefully, and then it can hopefully start a huge movement of people valuing mothers the way that they need to be valued. So please feel free to let me know what topics you would like to see in future episodes. Always feel free to get in touch with me in the comments. Otherwise, follow me on Supportive Therapy social media networks. Thank you so much for your time, and have a wonderful day, you beautiful mum.